In my interaction with women, and the women that are in my life, my relationship has a purpose. For me, everything works in contracts, whether they're spoken or unspoken, but in my world, there'll always be spoken. There's a reason I'm engaging with a person. There's something I want, there's something that person wants. I don't feel bad about this, and neither should they. I want to bring things to consciousness. I despise players and people who want to thieve and steal. I don't do that. That's not how I live. I respect that people are confused and sick, so I'm patient, but my job is to bring things to light. Every human interaction in this plane is always based on exchange. You call this karma. That means contract. There's a give and take. There's an exchange, and every exchange has to have a goal. The goal can be wasting time. That's also a goal. So if that's the case, it should be clear. So at this stage in my life, and it's been like this for a while, when I interact with a woman, well, I have a goal. So if my goal is just to come, which it's not, but let's pretend it is, so I need to be clear about that. Being that my purpose in life, I do not invest my energy just to come. So in my interaction with women, I know what I want from her, and I will help her to become clear about what she wants from me and how we can have a mutually benefiting relationship. Then I hold her accountable. Now, I don't expect her to develop her entire skill set in 5 minutes. No, but I do expect her to go towards herself and developing the capacity to do what it is that she's supposed to do, or she's agreed to do, or she's agreed to unfold into. None of which should be a fantasy. It's like, no, this is a potential they knew. I can see it. That's why the women love me, because I can see that potential inside of her. I'm interested in that potential. I want her potential because I want to birth through it. So she can feel that. That's why that's what inspires a woman, because you can see her, despite the fact she can be beautiful, intellectual, have a bunch of diplomas, have skill sets that ain't got nothing to do with the womb power, that means her feminine essence and what that's capable of doing. So from that level of exchange, from that point on, I hold her accountable. Because we're going towards some place. And that's a science. So when I see her retarding, or being slow, or lazy, or thinking she can screw me out of my power, so I do the work for her, which is impossible, but she still wants to suck your energy so that you technically pay the bills, in other words, energetic bills, I get annoyed. And I'm entitled to do so. That if she's struggling, I'm here to assist. If I can assist, I'll bring other people to assist. It can be other women to assist. It doesn't matter. No, I will hold her accountable. And if I find that there's a laziness and a stagnancy, I'm going to call it, and I'm not shy. And at the end of the day, like all businesses, I know who I am and what I bring, and I'm engaging with another person. I respect who they are and what they bring. Now, all these things, because we're human, have to unfold. So I respect that, and unfoldment means time. Time means patience, and there means also rhythm. Everything has a rhythm. Some things are slow, some things grow fast, some things grow slow, some things grow in a very, very, very long time. Nevertheless, there's a rhythm. So if we're off the fucking beat, I get annoyed. Now, at first, you're off the beat because you're not accustomed to the beat, but then you're supposed to learn how to be on beat, which is you being on the beat. You learning how to be on the beat when you're supposed to learn how to be on the beat is you being on the beat as you're learning how to be on the beat. So at some point, you're supposed to be on the beat. All this to say, I hold a woman accountable if there's something that's not fluid, or the person is creating a form of resistance and is not willing to do a certain amount of work to deal with the resistance so that we can get into a creative flow, I'm going to say something. Of course I am. Because I respect myself and I respect her. I hold her accountable for herself and her power. I will not accept to be in a relationship with a person, a woman, who accepts to be anything less than what she is. First of all, because it means she hates herself. And to be in the presence of a woman who detests herself means that you detest yourself, and she's going to hurt you and she's going to hate you psychically. How could you accept being with me if I'm not who I really am? That means you don't love me. And then she hates you because you don't really love her. So what do you love? Either you love that she's playing mommy, or you love her facade, whatever she's selling to the public, that everybody buys it, but you don't love her. And there's nothing worse in life than to be in the presence of a woman when she feels that you don't love her. So because I love her, I hold her accountable. So if that person decides, after all my efforts and my patience, that she doesn't want to fulfill her end of the bargain, I respect myself. I'll cut the deal. So that's why I'm not scared to say what I want to say. because I respect myself and I respect her. Now, this is a very special time. Everything is fucked up and the world is fucked up and the people are fucked up. So it requires a high level of skill and patience to be able to navigate through people and uncover the sexual creative potential between a man and a woman. But I do take this all in consideration. But at the end of the day, when we take all this in consideration, if she's off the beat and refuses to do the work, well, I just put her on a timeout. I'm like, go over there. Well, I have my other businesses. She may come around or not come around. If it drags too long, I break the contract. I respect myself, I respect her. That's the kind of person I am. So when you respect yourself and your power and your capacity, well, I can enter into a contract with anybody else. Well, it's not going to be exactly that. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly that. What's your point? So let's go, you go to Costa Rica, there's like 1,000 lots of land that you're going to buy. There's not one that is the same. Yeah, but this one's amazing. Yeah, but that one's also amazing. Yeah, but it's not the same. Obviously, it's not the same because there's only one of that, but there's another one there. That's also great. I can grow shit there too. I can have a nice life. I can overlook the sea. Maybe it's on the east versus the west. Who cares? I respect myself. I respect what I bring. I respect the woman. I respect what it is that she can bring. I'm here to assist her to develop herself. And if she doesn't want to do that work, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, no, I'm not going to stay in a toxic space because that's full of abuse and games and psychic manipulations, which I find totally unpleasant. It's not fun. It's painful for everybody. And it leads to nothing. So I don't like to waste time and be uncreative. No, I want to create something. That's why we're here. That's why I don't hesitate to tell her what I think. Sometimes I may be a little harsh, as you can imagine. I don't fucking care. It's not I don't care about her. No, I don't care. If you don't do your part of the deal, I don't care that the contract is over. So I can move on and invest my energy elsewhere. Sometimes you invest in projects and the project doesn't work. That's part of life. Yeah, okay, who cares? You've learned. I've learned a bunch of things. I cut my losses, withdraw from the engagement, cut that off, and take whatever I have and go back and continue and reinvest with a new mindset which is sharper and clearer and more precise. So when something is not, there's an unbalance, I'm gonna say it. Of course I am, and so should you. But you need to be clear as fuck, unhesitant. I'm clear as fuck. And how did I start this whole entire video? Between a man and a woman, there's a contract, there's a relationship, there's a reason why you're meeting, there's a reason why you're engaging, and that's clear for me from the start. Why am I attracted to her? Well, that's it. You want to attract her because you want to fuck. Yeah, but what are you really attracted to? That's at a deeper level. That means my understanding of a man-woman relationship, sex, goes so much deeper than she's got a nice ass. Yeah, I love that she's got a nice ass. What's your point? I'm not interested in her nice ass. I'm interested in the creative potential that may be represented by her nice ass. So what's the creative potential? And what does that have to do with me? Everything. So what happens if I bring my power and she and her power is unhinged? What does that create? I want that. I'm clear. So I'm willing to invest energy to help that person unfold so that we can have access to those powers and bring them together and birth something that's going to be of service to one and all, including myself, but most importantly, her. So if there's something wrong and there's something not fluid in the contract, I'm going to say it. You're not going to fuck me, though. I guarantee you at this stage in my life. No, dude, I've seen a lot of things. I don't want to say I've seen it all, but I've seen it all. It's like, no. Like, I'm not a player. I don't want to play. I'm here to create. You don't want to create? I respect that. You're unable to do the work. I respect that. Sometimes it doesn't work out. That's life. But I'm not going to sit here and be dumb and passive and be psychically manipulated. Are you crazy? I don't want to play. I don't want to hustle her, and I don't want to be hustled. I respect myself. I respect what I bring, and I respect her, and I respect what she brings. So the interaction comes from a place of self-respect, and because I self-respect, I also respect her in her capacity. But I'm not going to praise filth, stupidity, dumbness, incompetence, lies, illusions. I don't praise that. You understand? I don't give a fuck how you want to pretend. Pretend doesn't work for me. I'm not an actor, so I'm not looking for an actress. So if you ain't got nothing real to bring and you don't want to cultivate real, then we better not go in business together because it's not going to work out.